she's going to be sharing with us how to use LiveBy Local, which is an IntelliAgent. It is a hyperlocal search that you can set up for yourself and for your clients. And I think a lot of agents haven't really utilized it to its full potential because we just don't know what we're doing. And so just to help us all be more informed and to use the tools that can really help us out, Kendall's going to share that with us. And then also, if you want to hop on and put your contact information in the chat, as we usually do, so you guys can network offline, that would be really great. And Kendall, go ahead and take it away.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. Just a quick, I don't know, is there a hand raising feature in Zoom? Sorry, I don't use it very often. Maybe not. I was just curious of how many people had actually used LiveBy Local before, just so oh yeah, there's a hand raising. Thank you. Thank you, Joe. Just show of hands who all has used LiveBy Local before. Or know what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Not very many, so that's perfectly fine. Oops, sorry, I clicked too soon. So LiveBy is actually a Fathom company. So I don't know if you guys have heard of or seen our name in the newsletters or just anything through that's being sent out, but we actually are a part of Fathom, and we are focused on market report data that is displayed on the Fathom Realty website, I believe the agent websites, and then as well as the LiveBy Local reports and guides tool, which is what we're going to be talking about today. And this is available at, I think, let me check my next slide, livebylocal.fathomrealty.com. And then you should be able to log in, entering in your, I believe it's linked up to your IntelliAgent or your Fathom dashboard login, so you don't have to have a separate login. You all should have access to it automatically. If anybody is not able to access this tool, pop it in the chat, let me know, stick your email in, or you can always reach out to support@liveby.com, and somebody on our team will get you access that you need. But today our goals is we'll do a brief walkthrough of the tool. We're going to talk about some use cases and best practices of how you can build this into your day-to-day. And then we'll talk about, frequently asked questions, and then give you all a chance to ask questions as well at the end. And feel free, if you would like, to log in and follow along. You're welcome to. I would love for everybody to get acquainted with the tool, and that way, if you do have issues logging in, you can let me know, and I can get that to the right team members.
Right.
All right. So what is LiveBy Local, and why do we use it? LiveBy Local provides hyperlocal market reports and guides that are branded to you as the agent. So a lot of, if you're just looking at the Fathom Realty website or any of the content on the community pages, it's branded to the brokerage or to Fathom. It's not collecting leads for you. Cameron from LiveBy is here as well. Hello, Cam.
Hi, Kendall. Hey, just wanted to let you know the team's LiveBy Local there's something funky going on. We think it's an API issue. Right now, you can log in, you can load the search page, but market stats aren't populating. So for everyone on the call, I just wanted to jump in and let you know we're working on it.
Yep.
So you can't search around, you won't be able to create reports. Okay. So just wanted to help you out, Kendall.
Thanks for the heads up. We haven't gotten there yet, but I was about to walk them through the tool. So it does sound like LiveBy Local also went on Thanksgiving break and just hasn't returned yet. So
yeah. So thank you for your patience. Of course, this is when things break, is when we get a bunch of eyeballs on it. So
It'll work.
We'll talk about the best practices and stuff first, and then hopefully.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. But Kendall, Slack me if you need anything else. I'll jump back on.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Enjoy, everyone.
Thank you.
Yep.
Well, there we go. We might have to make some adjustments. I'm glad you hopped on and let us know that something broke. But yeah, like I was saying, these reports and guides, as we'll hopefully see here shortly, is branded to you as an agent. It has your photo, your contact information, and then any leads submitted through those reports and guides are going to come directly back to you. So this is a way for agents to have unlimited communities and the ability to run reports at them for each of them at, with a click of a button. Within a minute you can have a market report or guide built out for you. And then it can be deployed at every client stage to lead to better conversion. So we'll talk about use cases, during the initial meeting or, during open houses and showings, and then all the way through, contract and negotiation. So there's use cases for this tool, no matter where you're at with each client.
Okay.
Yep. Increase conversion at every step of the funnel. So we're not quite there yet to share some reports, but let's hop over and take a look at the tool real quick. I might have to update my screen share. Let's see if it'll let me. Has anybody been able to log in quite yet?
I was able to.
Perfect.
Yeah, I was able to log in, but it's not showing any data.
Yep, that's the API issue that Cameron was mentioning. I might have to stop my share and reopen it. Sorry about that. All right. So when you initially log in, you're going to land on this landing page where you can start searching your communities. And I know, Krista, you mentioned at the beginning of the call, like sometimes that you're not able to find the communities you're looking for, or it might not exist yet in the tool. So the way LiveBy Local works is we have and LiveBy as a team has our own GIS team mapping and verifying as many boundaries possible across the United States. So we're reaching out to government entities for zip code boundaries and county boundaries and official city boundaries. And then we are using various resources to keep neighborhoods and subdivisions as up to date as possible. So this search bar here is intended to for you to be able to search any type of boundary: city, county, school district, school attendance boundary, neighborhoods, micro neighborhoods, subdivisions. You can also search a specific address. So say you're posting an open house at a listing of yours, you can actually search the listing address here, and it'll pinpoint where that listing is located within, whether it's a neighborhood or city, and it'll automatically generate that report for you. So you don't even need to know what neighborhood a listing is located inside to be able to run a report for it. There's also an Explore All Areas button here, and it'll allow you, I'm not sure if you can see my drop down or not, but it'll allow you to select your state first and then drop down to cities and select what city you're looking in. So I know a lot of you are in Sacramento, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I'll scroll all the way down. And, Fathom, we of course have every state and every city located in your markets. You will only have data access to the markets that you're located within, though. So like you can't run a market report for, I'm located in Lincoln, Nebraska. So you won't be able to run a report for Lincoln, Nebraska, even though I'm sure you all are really curious about that. And then you can go drill down even further to a neighborhood. Krista, is there a specific neighborhood that's really popular that?
Yeah, well, let's go to Cottage Park since you're close to that. It's right there.
Perfect. We'll hit search. Now, ideally, if our API wasn't broken, it would populate a snapshot of what this market, what this market looks like, but we're currently having some technical issues. I'm glad this little blue box popped up. This is telling me that my LiveBy account, which is a demo account, doesn't have access to some of the MLSs in this market. Obviously I'm not located in California. That makes sense why it's popping up. So in this instance, it encourages you to reach out to the agent services account and just ask if you're a member of that MLS and we just don't have it updated in our account yet. let them know, hey, I actually am a member of this MLS. Please add it to my account, and we'll get it added usually within the same business day. All right, so we have what should be a snapshot showing you, hey, this is the map boundary that we're looking at for this community. And then here are the current homes for sale and homes under contract. There's also, if this isn't the neighborhood you're looking for, you can drop back down and see a full list of the Sacramento neighborhoods, and it'll you can jump around from a different, so we can pop over to Creekside, we can jump around to any other neighborhood in the area as needed. If it's a really small neighborhood, you're gonna get this pop up that like is recommending like, hey, there's not enough data in this market, try searching a bigger boundary such as the city, the county, the zip code that it's within. So it gives you plenty of options to bounce around to the different communities that might be beneficial for you. And then you can always, even if it is a smaller area, you can always run a community guide. Let's see if that will allow us to open, since that's not
Yeah,
data
Kendall,
driven.
yours doesn't open. Mine is open, and I can show you that.
The market reports are
populating. Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. They must have fixed it for me. Well, I'll try that in a second. Let me, I do have the community guide. So there's two different like digital components or deliverables that you can then share from that point once you get to the community you're looking for. One is the community guide. It's going to be very similar to the community pages on the website, where it's lifestyles, what it's like to live in the community. So we're going to have like schools, demographics, walkability, environmental factors, Yelp amenities. So this is really going to be something real useful for maybe somebody's not familiar with the community that they're looking to move into, or they're relocating from out of state. So as I scroll through, you'll see it's just giving them a snapshot of the lifestyle trends in this community and what they can expect as far as school, whatever's important to them, whether it's schools or commute information.
Does it the rating of the schools as well? Like most of the time, client asks me like, can I see this home and how is the school rating? And always I need to hop on the Zillow or Edfin to see the rating. So
That's great feedback. We do not have the ratings on this tool. It is available on the community pages on your website. So if you search for it there, when we were building out this specific agent tool, the feedback we received was that the ratings weren't necessarily useful in certain cases. So we decided not to include it on this digital format.
okay, now, Krista, do you have any options like seeing like the school rating on our website?
Do you have any options to add it? Is that what you're asking?
No, like, is there any options whenever we send our website, like the link to the client, and if they want to see the school rating things, like for example in Zillow or Redfin, they can see it right away. So do we have any options like that?
Not through this tool. I am, however, going to test and see. So there is a downloadable version of this that's like a PDF download. I just wanted to real quick see if perhaps those ratings are included on this instead. To be honest, I'm not. Oh, here we go. Give it a second. Let's see if it's included on this. No, it is not. Let me take down your name and let me send you some options here. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Perfect. So as you can see, there's multiple ways to share these reports, one being the PDF download. So, you would be able to print this off, hand it out at an open house or a showing. There's also a QR code on these reports and guides that, if they ever want to see a more updated digital version, they can scan that and it'll take them to the full digital version of it as well. Okay. Other sharing options include, you can link it up to your Facebook and Twitter account. Cameron, hello, welcome back.
Hello, everyone. Looks
Yeah,
like
I don't
Live
know
by
if you
Local.
meant to raise your hand or not.
I did, yeah. I just wanted to jump in that Live by Local's back up and running. Yeah,
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah,
that's
I
all.
think Krista was already able to run a report, so I think we're back up and going. Thank you.
Awesome. I'm sure you're killing it. Keep doing that. Cheers. Bye.
All right. Yeah, so their sharing options include social media, email. You can also just grab a shareable link right here, and what you'll be able to do with that is text it out, send it in or social media post if you want to copy it there. You can even link it up to a monthly newsletter or email campaign. And especially with the market report, that link is really important because with the market report data, it's going to update month over month, but the link will never change. So you don't once you set up an email campaign for a community, you never have to go in and re-update the link every month. It'll automatically just roll over to the next month.
Okay, that's cool. So it just, you set it once and then you can keep using it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Set it and forget it. Any questions so far? I know I've been going through covering a lot. Oh yeah, we use School Digger for our data source for schools, Susie. But yep, we could definitely take a look at Great Schools as well. All right. Last thing I wanted to show was just the marker report now that that's up and running. Let's see if Creekside, I don't know if Creekside's a big enough community. Might have to grab up.
Not.
I know I had one earlier here, let me go back to the search page because I had one I wanted to show and then we'll run Cottage Park again and see what happens.
That might be very small. Campus Commons is probably a big enough one because it's down by the university.
Okay.
Yeah, let's try that one.
For some reason my data's not back up, but let's see if it'll at least let me. Oh, it's not gonna let me run a report. Krista, I might need you to share your report if you don't mind.
I can share mine. Let me see here.
Sorry. Like Cam said, technical difficulties always seem to happen when you need it the most.
Well, you guys are right in the middle of my screen. Let me see if I can fix this. Okay, so this is just part of Rockland. What would you like me to click? The community guide or market or?
Yep, the market report. And I don't think we can see your screen yet. I'm not sure if you've.
Oh, that's weird. It says it's sharing on my side.
Oh.
Let me try it again. Can you see it? Building in the market report.
Yes, there we go. Okay. So when you click into a market report, keep in mind that there's certain components of the report that are actually being pulled real time from your MLS. So there's current market sections that are, as of every 3 or so hours, it's refreshed. But then there's also, if you stop that first chart there, Krista,
yeah,
there's also charts on the report that are this one right here, that is the most recent completed month. So now that it's December 2nd, all the data is updating to November 2024. And then, when January 1st hits, it'll roll over to December 2024. And then you can see it's comparing a couple months versus years in this chart here. So that's what I was saying earlier about if you use a shareable link and you link it up to a social media post or an email campaign, it's evergreen. It's always going to be up to date with the most recent data. So you never have to update it or change it. So just keep that in mind, that this is a fairly easy task that once you set it one time, you don't really have to think about it again.
Okay.
That call to action there, Krista, if you scroll up a little bit, all of our reports and guides have this contact form. And that's where if somebody submits these forms, they're going to come directly back to your email address that is associated with your LiveBy Local and IntelliAgent, basically your Fathom email. That's going to go directly back to you on your account.
Right. Okay. I'll just put it in my
Yeah.
and then send it, right?
Correct. Oh, it caught that you were testing. That's funny.
I'm going to click OK.
Great. Well, I know I only have a few more minutes, so I did want to talk a little bit about, kind of best practices or like use cases of how you can build this into your day-to-day. So I'm going to pop back over to my presentation. All right, can you see this again?
It says you started sharing, but we don't see it. Oh, there we go. Yep.
Okay, perfect. This is usually earlier I would have had you all practice sharing a report, but since we had some technical difficulties, I'm gonna skip past that. But I would encourage you all to test it out today if you have a current client you're working with, or even just like a colleague that you want to share these reports with. I encourage you to send it to somebody today, just so that you see how it works, walk through the process, and hopefully start making it a habit of doing every time you have a new customer or client. So I will share our best practice documents with Krista after this call. She'll send out to everybody, and it's a more detailed version of these best practices here. But and I'm just going to read through a few of them since we have a little bit limited time. But with new prospects, as you prepare for an initial meeting with them, and you can use this tool to research communities that these clients could potentially be interested in, become an expert in that area, and then also just to find communities that align with their interests based on that community guide. So looking at the schools, you could run a report for a specific school district that they are set on living within. So like you're only looking at that market then, or maybe similar neighborhoods within the same school attendance area. This is kind of piggybacks off the last slide there of nurturing your prospects, setting up a presentation using these reports and guides, and highlighting their what's most important to them. Ready to meet with clients, you can compare different neighborhoods, cities, counties, school districts if they're unsure about what they're interested in. And then you could also pull this tool up during a meeting with a client and actually just like explore the communities together, search different areas, and that will help them narrow down their search. Actively searching clients, I mentioned this earlier about taking a printed out report and guide with you to a showing, to have that data accessible during your walkthrough or during a meeting with them as well, or as you look at different listings within a community. I'm going to skip past that last one. And then of those of you that said at the beginning of the call, I know, Joe, you said you did. Is there anybody that would want to share how they currently use this tool or have used this tool before that you may find it helpful? I know there was only a few of you.
Joseph, do you want to share?
Oh, he might be muted.
I can if you're not in there already. Oh, he's gone.
Oh, no, like he doesn't have to share a screen. I just meant like tell us how you use it. That's totally fine.
Well, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. I was muted in two places, so you can hear me now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I said I was using it just the same way when I need to create a report for a neighborhood, or if I got a listing or something, to give them an idea of what what I'm going, in for, what's the neighborhood like, or sometimes buyers want to know what's going on with the neighborhood. I'll generate reports like that.
Yeah,
So,
perfect. Thank you. Okay, sorry. So a few other frequently asked questions that we hear, besides, how often is the data updated? We talked about that. Where the leads go directly back to you. There is filtering on the market report for the listing types. So by default, we're showing single family, condo, and townhome listing data on that market report. There is a toggle drop down right under the header of the market report that will allow you to filter by one of those. We are currently working on a new version of this tool that would allow for additional listing types other than those three. But the current functionality includes those three. The other thing is, I know Krista mentioned, if you ever can't find a neighborhood that you're looking for, in the top right hand corner when you're logged in, there's a help button. Please go to that. That'll take you to our help center, and you'll be able to submit a ticket from our team there. I think it's like make a request or something like that on the top corner. Let us know. Our GIS team is constantly building out new communities across the US. And if you reach out and say, hey, I'm not finding this neighborhood, they will typically be able to add it into the tool within a couple of business days. So don't think that if it's not there, you can't have it. We want to have our agents to have unlimited communities. So please let us know if there's something you can't find. And then also let us know if there's other suggestions. The suggestion about the school star rating was awesome. I'm going to share that with our product team. So let us know if there's something that would make your experience with this tool easier or, more beneficial for your customers. We're always looking for feedback. Any other questions with 1 minute to go?
So I have one more suggestions. I don't know if we can incorporate those things on this or not. Like if we can get like the pre-foreclosure or default those things on these things, so we do not need to subscribe for like the foreclosure.com or something like that, third party.
Okay. Yep.
That
I'm
would
writing that down.
be helpful.
Where would you imagine, or how would that be displayed? Or would you want it like a list of like the listing IDs or addresses, or?
So like, for example, it can be on a two side. One, it can go to for the customer things, and it can be helpful to the agents like me. Like, for example, if I want to do like cold call or door knock or something else, though we have like resource already on RPR and the other things, but anyway, you guys are working on these things. So if you guys can do on like the agent side and to the customer side, that will be great helpful.
Yep, that initial landing page with like the map and then it like the data that was initially not loading for me on the right hand side, that view is actually only for agents. Until you click the actual buttons for the report or guide, and then that's what is customer facing. So there is that portion in the tool that's meant for agents. So that might be a place that we could put that additional information. Thank you.
Yeah, I think Rajan, generally you're going to find that through a different portal. If I would say talk to your title rep if you're looking for a search, if you're looking for pre-foreclosures. That would
Yeah,
be
even I subscribe the foreclosure.com, and sometimes I go through the RPR and sometimes with the title company. But anyway, like this, if they are doing on like playing with the data things, and anyway, like if we can incorporate those things, that will be plus point to like agent like us. That's just my suggestion.
Yeah, I just don't think I would want to send that out to a buyer, honestly.
Definitely, yeah. I suggest the candle like there should be like two side, one portal, like one side for only for the buyers or like the home sellers, and one specifically for the agents.
Yep.
Got it. Okay, does anybody else have questions for Miss Kendall before we wrap it up for today? Kendall, do you know if I'm assuming there is there a recorded training that you've recorded already for LiveBy?
We do have a walkthrough of the tool, and we are working on additional videos currently. So we're building out a training portal right now. So I will send you what we have so far, and then we'll make sure to keep sending you new information as well.
Great. So what I'll do is when this recording is done, I'll send out the link for whatever recorded trainings you have so that everybody can see that too.
Perfect.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you for bearing with me through our technical difficulties. And I definitely want to send you a more thorough walkthrough of the tool since we didn't get through all of it today. So I will be sure to send that over.
Okay. Sounds good.
Thank you guys for everything.
All right, everyone. I hope you got some value out of that. I feel like we at least got some direction, and I really like your grid there. I'm a visual learner, so for me, putting out
I'll send those over.
ways we can use it is super helpful. So I'll send out a recording of this and whatever links Kendall has along that we could add to you to help you get kind of conversant in this. And then I'd go in and just play with it, put a couple of searches in, and kind of do some test emails with it, see what comes up.
Yeah, put your own address and see what comes up, or just play around until you get familiar with it.
Sounds good. All right. Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Have a great week. Appreciate you, Kendall.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Yo.